Welcome back. I am excited for today's episode because I am going to show you my recipe for my perfect old fashioned. Okay, so typically an old fashioned is with sugar cubes, but I prefer not to have a super sweet old fashioned. I actually like to use maple syrup versus the sugar cubes. So it's a little non-traditional, but again, this is my old fashioned. So an old fashioned was basically the first cocktail. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. Please let me know what you know as an old fashioned and how it got its name. But from what I understand, the old fashioned came about because it was the first cocktail. And then people steered away from the bourbons and away from the whiskey. And then it became all about the vodka drinks, the gin drinks, all of that. So not as exciting. And then people started asking about that drink again, you know, like, oh, the old fashioned one. So that's sort of how it got its name. So it's a little exciting. And as much of a bourbon connoisseur as I am a bourbon lover, I really love the old fashioned because sometimes I do love to just sip it straight, but sometimes I like a little twist on it. And some people make old fashions too sweet. Sometimes it's a little, I don't know, it's just not quite for me. So I've concocted the old fashioned of my dreams right here. So I get to make it however I want. So I'm going to share that recipe with you. First, I'm going to be starting by letting you know that I'm using the Rittenhouse. So this is a 100 proof straight rye whiskey. So I've been definitely more into rye whiskeys lately. This is amazing. I did a full review that I will share with you on this one specifically, but this one to me had a little bit more of a holiday flavor. So seeing as the holidays are coming up, I thought this was only appropriate to do this in my old fashioned. So first thing you usually do is you usually muddle down with the sugar cube with the bitters. So I'm gonna do just a little bit. And again, since I don't like it super sweet, I'm just gonna add like a tiny little drop. That's it. I don't know exactly how much the measurement is on that, but I'm not gonna do too much with it. I like to use black walnut bitters. So you can pretty much use any kind of bitters that you want. A lot of people do the orange bitters. I just really love the flavor of the black walnut bitters. So usually about 4 to 5 dashes. So I do about 4. That was kind of 5 because they were little small dashes, but it adds a lot of flavor to it. And then what I wanna do is I wanna kind of swirl that around. Get those two kind of together. Perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is actually I'm going to add the ice next. So, and then I'm gonna pour the whiskey right on top of the ice. So, and again, you can do it however you want. There's really no wrong way how to do it, but this is just how I like to do it. And I'm gonna do 2 ounces. Sometimes I don't even measure. I just do however much I want because I end up doing a little bit more. Yeah, see, I love that. Oh, that smells amazing. So, and then I just give it a nice little stir. And then the next part is actually a little bit exciting. So I got that. So I've got my orange peel that I've already done. So you'll usually see this. Sometimes people put cherries. I don't particularly care for the cherries. I don't really care for it right now, but I'm gonna torch the orange a little bit. Yeah. And what you would do is you go a little squirt, get the essence in there, kind of wipe it down, and get that floated in there. And that's it. I like to give it a little swirl just so it gets nice and little chilled. See, this is the perfect old fashioned for me because it's still very spirit forward. So I can taste the Rittenhouse, which I love the flavor of this. It's got a little bit of the sweetness. It's got a little bit of the walnut. It's just perfectly well balanced. It's perfect for my palate. So I encourage you to try it. If you like Rittenhouse or if you like whatever your favorite is. I've used Buffalo Trace before. Buffalo Trace is inexpensive. This one I think was only, I think it was like $30, something like that. But this was just an amazing cocktail. So I absolutely love it. I think it's super well-rounded. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you next time. Cheers.